Morning. Video number 2 for the day. I'd like to do one more for the day as well. I am going to do a plastic repair, like a 101 as well. And then I'm going to do for the second video, I'm going to do like a plastic repair 102 or a 202 and try to show you guys my technique in not using body filler and plastic. Not using anything but plastic to repair plastic. The reason is so that when you put body filler in plastic is really flexible. If it gets hit at all, it's going to crack right out. So if you just use plastic material, or hopefully off if you could, same plastic, if I need to do a repair, the same plastic of the same type of bumper. So if it's a Toyota bumper, I'm going to use maybe go out into the junkyard and find, or into this bumper scrap pile and find a Toyota bumper, same make, year, model, something close, hopefully the same type of plastic. You can look on the bumpers and see what kind of plastic it is sometimes, and it's so that you can use the same plastic. So this is the first one we're going to do for the 101. It's going to be, I still got the paint on this, so you can see it's got a pretty hefty repair in it. Step 1 is we have this textured plastic on this bumper. I'm going to tape it off so we don't gnar it up. Damage this, there's no point even repairing the bumper. And you don't want to boil the paint. Move your torch quick. Keep it moving quick. You can get close to the material, but you got to keep it moving quick. And I'm going to heat the outside of where we are repairing so that I can press on the inside. And you can watch, I'm using this seam buster here for busting spot welds. And you can watch and see where it's at. It's almost like a PDR. And we're going to just push that plastic right back where it goes. If I was to heat this on the inside, you'd make it really, really soft, and when you go to push it, it's going to make this big indentation. And then you're just wasting a bunch of material, pushing a bunch of material around that you need. You just want to run the sander nice and smooth. Don't be pushing on it. The whole goal here is to find our dents. Alright, let me blow it off. So with this, it shows us exactly where everything is. Wherever it's touching, it is sanded through the paint is still high, and those need to go down as in other spots where the paint isn't ground, needs to come up. And so we're going to do that. Hey. All right, now for the next steps, what we're going to do is work back up with the plastic. The plastic, as we can see, turned out pretty good. I like it, I really do like it. It's all level, it's all uniform plastic. Now, someone might say, hey, you took off a lot of material. I don't really think we took a lot of material off. If it was, it'd be really flimsy. And also you got to think that this is probably more correct than filling this thing with mud. But when you fill it with mud, you're not going to get the... This plastic is now like back to straight, the way it was. If you were to fill it with mud, you'd get it halfway straight, you fill it, and it might crack out, it might not. It depends on how you prepped your surface. So with this plastic is straight again. I feel 100% confident to put this in primer right now. The problem is if, and most people would know, is that, and you may or may not know, but if you were to prime, say 80 grit with primer, this would look like a hairy dog, all right? And so if it was in 180 grit, it would still look like a hairy dog. If it was in 320, it's the same thing. So what I've learned is to take this to 600. And then once you get it to 600, some people say, well, the primer won't bite to 600. Well, I don't agree with that. But just to make it even better situation, I red Scotch-Brite it after the 600. Because we know primer sticks to red Scotch-Brite. That's approximately 320 grit. So what we're going to do is we're going to work through those steps. We're going to take it from 80 to 180, 320, 600, red Scotch-Brite, and then red Scotch-Brite our edges. She's 100% ready for prime. All right, there it is. Feels good. I like it. I'm probably gonna go over the red Scotch-Brite one more time, just for safety purposes, and I'm gonna scuff all the edges before we prime it. There she is. I thank you guys. Hopefully you enjoy watching, and like, subscribe. This is Roto-Bear Central, the host, Tyler. Tell your friends. And I know everyone likes to DIY their own bodywork, so if you could get a hint off this page or this web or this show, then that would be great, and I would love to help. Any comments, any questions, I'll be available to ask. Thanks, guys.